There are so many horrors school already has. The bathrooms, the non-core classes that give you way more work than your actual main math and science classes, art. But there is one specific experience that I think affects basically everyone at some point, and that is being forced to stand in front of the entire class and present something. Whether it's a project you actually put time into or something you and your friends do together in 5 minutes the night before.
Hey guys, my name is Nick, and today's presentation is going to be on why Judy Hopps from Zootopia is the
baddest Disney character.
That isn't good. That isn't hot. Yeah. So number one, we have body dimensions.
It's probably not going to end well. School presentations in general are just so annoying, and what makes them worse is when they're for a class that does not require you to present anything. Like, why am I presenting about some random artwork from the 1600s, bro? I hate to say it, but nobody in the room cares. I know it's not supposed to be all sunshine and rainbows with every project we do, but at least have us do a project on something interesting. And I understand that teachers are trying to help people get more comfortable with public speaking, because 75% of the population has a fear of public speaking, and schools are trying to address that early so that you're not completely lost when we have to do it in the real world. That makes sense and I respect it, but again, why does it have to be over the most boring topics half the time? Like, if the goal is to get students comfortable with presenting in front of people, then the topic should at least be something interesting or something that they actually enjoy. I mean, imagine a presentation over Bug Niner, man. That guy is so cool. In my opinion though, I feel like presenting is actually the easy part, because the real issue starts before you even get to the front of the room. It's all back when the teacher announces there's going to be a group project, because depending on whether your teacher lets you pick your own groups or assigns them, it's almost a lose-lose situation regardless. If you are able to pick your own group and you make one with all your friends, trust me, I guarantee y'all are not doing anything productive that entire time, other than laughing and doomscrolling the whole class. I don't know how many times me and my friends would mess around while we had a whole week to complete a project, and then we ended up trying to do it all last minute. And low-key, under pressure, we actually would be cooking sometimes. I'm not sure why having one night left to do a project just suddenly makes everyone locked in and focused, even though we had a whole week to do it. But I'm locked in now for future projects, obviously. You can't be slacking anymore. If the teacher assigns the groups though, it's a way different situation, but it's not really better, because now you're sitting with people you either don't know or barely know at all, and nobody wants to be the first one to say anything. There's always this awkward silence where everyone is looking at their project sheet and no one's taking charge. I'm telling you, the first 5 minutes of an assigned group project where nobody has said a single word yet is one of the most uncomfortable experiences of all time. I can't say I blame people though, because I understand social anxiety, and to be honest, most of the time, working alone would just be more efficient anyways. My advice, if you're in that situation, would be to just try to slowly start talking to people. Whether it's just simple compliments or just asking questions about the project. It's easier said than done obviously, but the hardest part really is just starting. Once someone says literally anything, it gets easier from there, trust me. But anyways, the funny thing is that sometimes the assigned group actually gets more done. Because when you're with your friends, nobody's doing anything. But when you're with people you don't know well, everyone just kind of puts their head down and does their part without the distraction of all your friends being there. It's awkward the entire time, but at least progress is being made. I'm not gonna lie though, this is honestly why I just prefer to be solo most of the time. You skip both versions of the problems and you can just lock in for a bit and you don't have to worry about anything else. The few times you do get a group of randoms and everyone actually starts talking though is peak. I remember this happening during my English class over a book club project, and we did goof around a lot honestly, but we still got our work done. The people who do absolutely nothing during group projects though, I cannot understand this mindset. In most cases, you are still getting an individual grade within the group, so what exactly are you doing? Like, I'll be honest, I don't love school either, but I still care about the grade at the end of the day. It's not even asking for a lot either. Just do your part of the project so that when it's time to present, everything is smooth and everyone can get through it. It really is that simple, but somehow there are still people who cannot meet that bar, and then the day of the presentation, half of the project is incomplete. It's so annoying because it's such a completely avoidable situation. What's funny to me though is that while I don't like most of the projects teachers assign in general, it's mainly the people that make it worse. Like I said, I will never understand it. We're all just trying to get the grade and get out, and it's like, why be annoying and useless to the entire group? There are already too many problems in school, just do your part and we can all move on. There's also something even more annoying, which is the teachers who force you into a group in a class where you genuinely don't know anyone. Because at least if you're being assigned a group in a class with people you know for a while, you have some idea of how they work. But being in some random class where you haven't had time to actually meet anyone and getting forced into a group just sucks. Especially when nobody knows anyone and the whole class class is quiet the entire time. And the worst version of this is when you get assigned a group and the people you get put with still don't even try despite all of you being strangers. At least if you're with friends who aren't trying, you can just laugh about it together. But when you're with strangers who don't even try, you might as well just do your own part to make sure your own grade is good, because they are probably not going to listen to anything you say anyways. You don't have the relationship to call them out, so you just do what you can and hope the teacher grades individually. Presenting on your own is nerve-wracking, but at least you have full control over everything. And you don't have to worry about what other people are going to do for their parts or whether they even finish their parts at all. Side note, but the best spot to present in my opinion is second. You can see how the first group does theirs, and then you can improvise a bit on yours. And then by the time you're done, you can actually relax for the rest of the class because you went early enough that nobody really remembers the details of your project. You're welcome. Group presenting is different though, because now you're setting up there also worried about everyone else and whether they actually know what they're going to say for their part. You don't even know if they practiced or if they even remember their own slides. And in some classes, teachers grade the entire group together instead of individually, which makes all this even worse because now one person messing up can affect everyone's grade at once. You can do your part perfectly and still get cooked because someone else wasn't ready. And that's generally one of the dumbest things about school presentations, because at the end of the day, no matter what I do, if that person just isn't locked in, I don't see how that's my fault, bro. It makes no sense that my grade is determined by someone else's preparation. But on one end, you have that one person who put in no effort and their slides are just walls of text, and they're gonna read every single word off the screen for the entire section without looking up. It was always funny when the teacher would ask if anybody had any questions after a presentation like that, and we all knew damn well nobody even cared. The whole class just sat there in silence until the teacher moved on. On the other end though, you have that person who tried out of their entire project, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think anyone would much rather watch something that has some effort behind it than straight slop. If you're going to have to sit through presentations all day, at least a few of them should be worth looking at. But at the end of the day, the whole class just wants to get on with their day and go home, so the reaction is kind of the same regardless. I've just never been a fan of presentations in general because of how useless they feel most of the time. The topic is usually boring and the whole experience is just annoying for something that's going to be forgotten about by next week. But no matter what, in any presentation, as long as you say anything with confidence, bro, you'll be good. I feel like for me personally, even though actually presenting can be a little stressful, as long as I actually know what I did for my project, I should be good for the most part. Like, it's mainly just improvising everything the entire time. Also, teachers who don't let you have a note card at least, I just have to ask, why? Why make it harder when people in real life do it? I don't know, sorry for the random rant, but it's just annoying. Let me know in the comments though what y'all hate about presentations. Summer's coming up, so we're going to be absolutely locked in with videos, trust. Y'all are always welcome to say any ideas you have that you want me to talk about in the future, as well as either here or in the Discord. That's all I gotta say about this though. Sub, like, and join the Discord if you're new. I appreciate the support as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.